In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. But in the grim darkness of the short past, in 2011, there was Warhammer 40k Space Marine.
Space Marine!
Space Marine was developed by Relic Entertainment, known for their RTS games and Company of Heroes. Okay, before we go any further, the Warhammer 40k universe is extremely vast and fleshed out with immense detail, so despite being a fan for a few years now, there's a chance I'll get some of the details wrong. Please let me know of any corrections in the comments. Anyway, Space Marine is a badass journey through space, giving you a first-hand experience as a genetically modified 7-foot-tall super soldier, ripping apart all manner of enemies to mankind, be they Xenos, heretics, or demons. The story is one of annihilation, deception, and triumph in the wake of certain defeat. The combat is what I believe to be one of, if not the best blends of shooting and melee gameplay, which I think very accurately depicts just how the Space Marines actually get the job done. In the campaign mode, you take on the role of Captain Titus, a veteran of the Ultramarines chapter for over 150 years. Yeah, this dude is 175 years old. He also remarkably sounds like the old Unsolved Mysteries narrator guy. Do you guys hear it too?
Sedona's picked up local Imperial Guard communications.
Join me. Perhaps you may be able to help solve a mystery.
Titus and his battle brother Sergeant Sedonis are deployed to Graia, an Imperial forge world that is being invaded by Orc forces. They can't make their landing as planned. The Orcs have control over the planetary defense systems, so Titus goes full Halo 2 and dives right onto an Orc ship. After making your kick-ass landing, you are immediately swarmed by green-skinned Gretchens and Sluggaboys. When enemies are far away, you can pick them off with your various Space Marine arsenal of ridiculous ranged weapons, but when they inevitably close the gap, you can demolish them with combos using your choice of immensely powerful melee weapons, of course including the chainsword. This makes the gameplay feel like a combination of Gears of War with its slower, heavier third-person camera and dodge rolls, and God of War with its engaging melee battles and how each weapon has different unique combos to master. There's also a Fury mode that builds up and you can engage it to get a full heal and enter an extra damage mode for a short amount of time. You can stun and then execute an enemy to restore some health, like in Doom 2016. And man, are these slowed down executions fun to watch and totally brutal. This allows for many, many ways to approach battles. My only question is, how does Titus reload the bolt pistol with just one hand? I have to say, for a game that came out on the 360, I do still think it looks pretty good. Playing in 1080 with everything cranked, it maintained a consistent frame rate and ran very smoothly. I noticed some really cool things like dynamic blood splatter on armor, but I thought the facial animations were just a tad stiff.
Stand fast, Ultramarines.
Despite that, I really think it still looks pretty good and feels very 40k. As you progress through Graia, dialogue between your squad and audio logs you can find with the hidden servo skulls really build out this world ravished by an Orc invasion, and if you listen carefully, paint the picture as to what is really going on. While fighting through the war zones and helping to stave off the Orcs, you gradually will find new weapons and upgrades. You'll find drop pods with new weapons and purity seals that have different beneficial effects. Eventually you do get the jetpack, and my god, is it a blast to fly up into the air and slam into a group of enemies with your giant hammer. This is what Space Marine is all about. I also thought it was a really cool touch that the soldiers react to Ultramarines realistically. They salute you as you pass by, and some react as if they're meeting their favorite celebrity, which is realistic to the canon.
You have saved us.
Also, apparently some people pronounce the word lieutenant as lieutenant. Initially I thought it was just a Warhammer thing, but no, I guess that's just how some people pronounce it.
We would be, my lord, if not for the lieutenant.
The stuff of chaos.
Shut the fuck up, LEANDROS! I do have some minor complaints, like some parts seem to drag on a bit, some story parts can feel sudden, and some other extremely minor things, but I think all of those things would have been remedied in a sequel. The tragic thing about Space Marine is that I feel it set the stage for what could have been a really awesome franchise, but as far as we know, there is no sequel in the making. Even worse, it ends on a cliffhanger. I was surprised to find out that there's still an active multiplayer community, and the customizability of your multiplayer character is in-depth and really fun to play, reminiscent of creating your own armies in Warhammer 40k tabletop. I think Space Marine is a must-play if you're a 40k fan, and even if you're not, I really think you should give it a shot.
Space Marine.